Betrayal is like the worst possible thing you could do as a human being. Because of some crazy part of what makes you a human being. Either it's because of your greed or your envy or something, some sort of wrathful emotion takes core in your boner. You decide, yep, the time has come to betray someone that I've known as an ally and a friend. It's so sucky. It's so sucky to feel betrayed. It's like, rather get attacked by someone you don't know than attacked by someone that you actually trusted. It just hurts and stings in all the worst possible ways, and for any of you that haven't felt that, well, I hope you never feel that. It really sucks. I feel like as content creators on the internet, it happens to a lot of us a lot. Like, it's a really, really toxic environment behind the scenes in many, many ways, where everyone seems like they're friends for the public perception, because if I'm not friends with Mr. Beast, well, then Mr. Beast's audience wouldn't want to watch me because they know that Mr. Beast doesn't like me. Luckily, that's not the case, and Mr. Beast and I are homies. That's right, baby. Common Nux W. But I'm just giving it as an example as to why, you know, in the forefront of everyone's vision, it's always better to look like you're friends with everyone than to look like you actually don't like people. Because of that, everyone's making believe they're all friendly, nice, and hunky-dory. It comes out of left field as like the big, what? Moment, the surprise Pikachu face. Impossible. Did someone poop in my cereal again? Wow, these content creators actually didn't like each other the entire time. Now, there is a reason why I'm making this video right now. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while, but something just happened in the internet community that I feel like it's really important to talk about and highlight from this perspective, because a lot of people, again, talk about the drama, but no one really hit this exact area. As you know, I have been doing a couple every once in a while mogul mail type videos on the Taku channel that I very well might likely delete within the next couple of days, but will remain up on my Patreon, talking about things and giving insight on areas that I feel like other people haven't really given insight on in this exact way. So subscribe if you're interested in some takes that you haven't just heard regurgitated on every other news channel on the planet, because I don't cover every drama, only the ones that I feel like can be mentioned and used in a way that I feel like other people haven't exactly used them to highlight certain aspects or points. Anyway, there's been a situation going on recently around the YouTuber Illuminaughtii. Now, I've seen her videos floating around every once in a while. I never really liked them. They felt very, like, corporate-ish. Like, she's churning out a new documentary every single day. Like, clearly not exactly all the most passion goes into that style of content. But listen, it's a content farm and it's a job, and I don't fault her for it. Recently, she got into quite a lot of drama. I'm going to be running through the parts that don't really matter for the point of this video, and I'm going to be highlighting the one point that I really feel like is important. As someone that's gotten canceled in the past, that has felt betrayed by people in the past, I feel like this is why it really hit me at home so much, and I'm glad in a way that this became public, not for any of the parties involved per se, because it's just such a stressful situation all in all. Like, this sucks so much and I can relate so much, but because I'm glad this type of behavior was released to the public so that people can understand that this is not a one-person scenario. This is something that happens way, way too much behind the scenes, and I'm glad that we can use this unfortunate sack of potatoes as the example here. Illuminaughtii took the largest L I've seen anyone take in a long time, and I know, it's so sad her career is crumbling and she's probably in a mental downward spiral, but from the sidelines, guy, from the little internet asshole, dude, I feel like it's kind of justified from my perspective. Yeah, that's me, laughing at toxic people. Toxic to toxic people and wholesome to wholesome people. That's the mantra of the channel. We're bringing the mantra back, baby. The mantra's coming back to life. It's been a while. I kind of took a year-and-a-half hiatus from that mantra, but we back, baby. We laughing at toxic people today. Illuminaughtii went on Twitter and started claiming that Legal Eagle, a big lawyer YouTuber channel, was plagiarizing her because they use similar editor techniques, including highlighting words and a ripped paper background. What? As the person that's literally invented ripped paper myself, I have to say that I am offended by this. I am just offended by this. As you can see from the thumbnail of this video, the thumbnail of this video is a black background with a white word on it, okay? Now, if I see anyone use black and white words. As a thumbnail of a video ever in the history of mankind, I will be copy striking all of them. This is now mine. Yeah, so she complained on Twitter about these two things, which is the most asinine thing of all time. Like, obviously, she was waiting to stir the pot in one way or another. She goes ahead and does this legal response saying, first of all, we've been doing this before you. Second of all, these are really common editing practices, and they obviously are. Colossal L, thank you, Illuminaughtii, for taking that. And she, of course, deletes her post and follow-ups with a tweet saying, damn, my account got hacked lately. Not actually talking about how, like, any of this was actually hacked, because it wasn't, but because maybe somehow she could skirt some blame that way. Yeah, man, my account was hacked. Yeah, huge colossal L. Illuminaughtii, you should probably just stop. Just stop, bro. Just stop. It didn't stop. This dude H Bomber guy, who at one point called me out for something on Twitter, so I mean, hey, or this dude, I'm sure, whoa, he called me out. What did he call me? He called me an incel something or other because I made a song making fun of like Twitch simps or something. Anyway, so he comes out with a whole back-to-back video of her documentary and a documentary that exists by some like actual documentarian, and she basically ripped off the script word for word, back and forth. Here's the clip.
Professor Hugh Freudenberg.
Professor Freudenberg has long been controversial.
A man named Hugh Freudenberg, a former immunologist who has been long controversial.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit involving the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic child patients with blood products.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit with the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic patients with blood products.
Yeah, not a good look if you're calling people out for plagiarizing your editing style of highlighting words, and then you're out here plagiarizing entire documentaries. Now, she made a response video to all of this after getting a relatively large amount of hate for just, you know, being stupid online, which I think is a criminal offense. I think that we could bring back the electric chair for just being dumb online. Can we bring back that, like, corporal punishment, please? Dumb online, this is just too far. Anyway, in her whole apology thing, it ended up spiraling into a much bigger scenario. Now, I wanted to cover all this stuff quickly because this is really not the point of the video. She ended up alleging that a friend of hers, an old friend of hers that she's no longer friends with, of course, The Click, is a horrible person because The Click not only said the R word. Oh my God, the R word. You know, a word that literally every single person that's over the age of 20 has said. And also because he's a pedophile defender. Whoa. R word. That's nothing. We can move that away, all right? My grandfather's 95 years old. He's a Holocaust survivor. And he literally said to me a couple weeks ago, the banking system in America is retarded. And he's like the nicest man in the world. Wouldn't hurt a fly. So I think we could shelf that. We could put that away for a second. All right, let's not talk about that one. But calling someone a pedophile defender, that's a big claim, baby. That's a big claim. If you're gonna say something like that, goddamn, you better have evidence. It better be freaking true. You're labeling this man a monster. Oh, baby. Much to everyone in the world's surprise, The Click made a response video, and nope, not true. That this pedophile defender stuff she was talking about, well, he has a Discord server with like 40,000 people in it. While he was sleeping, it was 2 a.m. one night, this dude shows up in chat, in the Discord, he just joins, he says some creepy stuff because it's Discord, and there are creeps on Discord, and he gets banned, and this all happens in the span of the middle of that night while the dude's still sleeping. Illuminaughtii is sneaking around, taking logs, and this is what she's talking about. This was the situation that made her label him a defender of pedophiles. Now, this is a level of slander that's massive, but it's really not the major point of this video. In The Click's response video, where he actually, you know, highlighted all of this weird behavior and responded to all these weird allegations with undeniable factual proof that this man was in the right, and I'm really glad he can get closure for a situation like this. The major reason why I wanted to talk about this was because of all the evidence that he got from all of his friends about how Illuminaughtii was going around paying people. Like, there are DMs of her saying, I will pay you $200, find instances of The Click saying an R word. This lady was gathering intel on him for an exposed video. Basically, behind the scenes blacklist stuff, trying to get this man out of people's good graces. Saying things like, man, I wish I wouldn't have helped you get your channel back because of how horrible you are, while she's going around looking at trying to find people to find this man saying naughty words in the past. She ended up so proud she found he's using the R word when he was making Minecraft videos in high school. Yeah, that's how far back she went to try to, like, obliterate this guy. Now, this is not a practice that is uncommon among content creators. I've spoken to people that have backlogs, as Keemstar puts it, files on top of files to take you down. It's a practice that is really sad, and a lot of people do it as, like, a self-defense kind of measure. Like, oh, well, this person attacked me once, is probably going to attack me again. Well, better gather up all this info and stuff and things about them so that if I ever do want to freaking expose them, I will be able to. If one little tiny instance, one tiny step out of line, I will have all the ammunition I need in order to destroy them. Now, listen, as a man that's been in drama, I've felt this happen to me in the past. Like, stuff that was just instantly on people's fingertips, like they've always had ready. And it's a kind of scary situation when everyone has, you know, their nukes just with one little red button away from firing and trying to destroy people. It got even worse because it turns out Blair, Illuminaughtii, had, like, these alternate Twitter and Reddit accounts where they would try to harass the clique and the clique's friends and stuff like that, and go out there on this warpath spreading all this information like, I've seen a video of the clique saying the R word. I'm estimating that the reason why Illuminaughtii no longer wants to associate with the clique is because the Illuminaughtii was worried about him because he's a pedophile defender, and stuff like that. She basically ended up getting exposed as the person with the alt accounts that was harassing the clique and his friends. And again, this is repeated behavior, not necessarily by her. I don't know her personally at all, but it is behavior that has been echoed throughout the internet. People have been doing this for years. The concept of betrayal could come and stem from so many different places. Either it's to throw them under the bus so you look better, or it's just because you don't like that person for whatever reason, so you're gathering all your nuclear warheads in your basement, or, well, it's for clout. You're exposing someone for clout. You're taking them down for clout. I still think one of the craziest betrayal situations on the internet was the drama between KSI and his brother Deji. Like, when you think of YouTubers betraying each other, that always sticks in the forefront of my mind. Luckily, as far as I understand, they made up and they're at peace right now. But there were a couple of months where they hated each other with such vitriol. It was actually sad, to the point that, you know, KSI ends up tweeting, well, I wasn't invited to Christmas dinner this year. You know, like, betrayal truly, truly, truly sucks. And it happens so often online because betraying people comes with such an... It's so easy to do. It's so easy to disassociate yourself from the person who, in your mind, you've painted a picture of them as evil, and you will somehow profit from their evilness. And if two brothers that have been making content together for years could go on the weird betrayal arc, well, frankly, what's stopping anyone else? All that just for a drop of clout. I recommend you watch the Clicks video on this whole situation because I found it very, relatable in the saddest and scariest way, because this is something that a lot of people do. A lot of people have these files. They want there to be something to happen, some sort of drama or situation where they could say, oh, well, I also have all of this evidence that that person is a terrible person. Let's really put him in the ground this time. Let's finish the job. Let's just twist the knife in their back. It's so easy to do, and you gain by doing it. It's a society that is benefited so much by betrayal. YouTube is a narcissistic and psychotic game. It's a game where your score depends on the numbers that back you up, be it views or subs. It's a meta currency that plagues every online relationship, adding subconscious stress to every interaction. You don't know if this person you're talking to is your friend or if they will betray you. You don't know if this person you're talking to actually wants to be your friend or just wants to get into your good graces to use your numbers for their side. You don't know if this person that you're talking to is screenshotting and keeping and recording every single interaction you've had with them so that if the time comes, they will eventually be able to destroy you. Speaking from personal perspectives, I think before every DM I send, can this get taken out of context? Can this get screenshotted at some point? Every time I talk to someone, is this something that if it was recorded, I would regret saying? It's a situation that I think so many YouTubers are in, and it's honestly so sad that the environment bred this paranoia between people and fellow people in the same field as them. But unfortunately, it's a paranoia that time and time again is proved to be warranted. All this getting exposed about the Illuminaughtii lady, I don't know anything really about her, so it's not like I actually have any bias in this situation. I just have a bias towards the people that do this. towards the people that are so excited and enraptured with talking to all the mutuals of you to try to get dirt on you, to use on you, eventually, if that time might actually come, and going to the point of using alt accounts to do it without actually tarnishing your name doing it. It's a really messy, disgusting, vile situation and character trait that so many people online share. So the main purpose of me making this video is be careful out there, people. Be careful. And this thing isn't just a one-time thing that happened with Illuminaughtii. This is a thing that every content creator is scared about because it happens more frequently than you might actually think. Anyway, this was a bit of a darker one. Might be deleting this one soon in a couple of days because I don't know if I want this type of drama, flash-in-the-pan content to stay up. I'm really proud of the videos I make, and I just felt like this was an important voice to share to this situation. You let me know in the comments if you want me to keep this one up. Might take it down and put it on Patreon, so check me out there. I do appreciate it. The YouTube shadow ban has kind of been killing me. Subscribe for future shiz. I thank you for all of your time, and I post 2 videos a day on my second channel, Nuxanor. Check it out. Stay weird, fam.